إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. صدق الله العظيم. Amma بعد, all praises are due to Allah. We thank and praise Him. We believe and testify that there is no God worthy of worship except Allah alone without a single partner, and that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His handpicked messenger. May the peace, mercy and blessing of Allah be upon Rasulullah, his family, and whoever follows him towards righteousness until the day of Qiyam. Amma ba'd, ibadallah. Today's topic is an important one. Today's topic is about the purpose of creation. Why are we alive? What is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of creation? Why are we here? Have we been created just like that, just in vain? Have we been created just to go around the same cycle every day? I want to grow up, be educated, be employed, have a wife, have a husband, have children, take them to school so that they can achieve the best, and eventually they will also get married, have kids, educate them, eventually food, shelter and clothing. Is there any need for us to go outside this line, to go outside this cycle? Yes, there is. And that is the purpose of creation. We have not been created just for mere play. We have not been created just in vain. Allah even asked in the Quran, أَفَحَسِبُتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Do you think, do you believe, do you conceive, do you think I've created you in vain? Just like that. You've just been created without any reason. You've just been created without any purpose. Do you think that's why I created you? To do what you feel like doing? Behave the way you like behaving? Just like that, and that's the end of story? وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. And you will not come back to me to be reckoned, to be examined, to be rewarded, to be punished. So basically everyone believes and understands that definitely, even those that don't believe in Allah, even the atheists, they believe in the purpose of creation, eventually backfires at them because they realize that eventually there is someone behind all of this. So as far as creation is concerned, there are different opinions about the purpose of life. Some people deny the existence of God altogether, and that mankind came up by chance, a product of accidental combination of its elements. This is what some people believe, that man just came like that. It's just an accidental combination of its elements. For them, there is no purpose of existence. There is no purpose of life. Even about them, Allah said in the Quran, مَا هِيَ إِلَّا حَيَاتُنَا الدُّنْيَا نَمُوتُ وَنَحْيَا وَمَا يُهْلِكُنَا إِلَّا الدَّهْرُ. This is nothing illa hayatuna dunya, apart from our life of this world. نموت وأحيا ونموت ونحيا وما يهلكنا إلا الدهر. We die, we come to life. People will be dying, some will be coming to life. Eventually they'll be dying, others will be coming to life. So the only thing that destroys us, وَمَا يُهْلِكُنَا إِلَّا الدَّهَرِ, is time. Your time is up, you're gone. Another one's time is up, is coming. This is what some people believe. It's nothing but life. We live and dead. We live and die. The only thing that determines our destination is time. You live and eventually you will go. And someone will come. Eventually he or she will go. And another will come. This is the belief that some people are holding on to. When we die, we will be turned into different creatures depending on how we live our life. This is some of the beliefs that some people hold on to. They believe that when we die, we will turn into different creatures depending on how we live our lives. This is the belief of the monks. When you die, if you were a good person, then eventually you will rise up another better person, or a better creature. A better creature. But if at all you're a bad person, and you were not doing things the right way, if you were naughty, then eventually what would happen is, you would rise up a bad creature. So your reward depends on what you were before your death. If you were good, then eventually you will come back to life and be a better person. If you were bad, you will come back to life and you will be punished by being someone wicked or someone you were not expecting to be. This is the belief some people have. And some philosophers, they claim that we do not even exist. We don't really exist. And the whole world is imaginary. That is what some so-called philosophers believe. That the world is imaginary. We don't even exist. We are not here. The materialist, he has no answer to the question, since matter does not possess any perception and intellect for it to pursue an objective. So they put themselves at ease by convincing themselves of the insignificance of the meaning of creation. So for them, they just relax. There is no point. There is no importance for creation. So as far as they're concerned and they're materialists, once they have what they need, that's it. End of story. Now comes the atheist. He believed that the universe and everything in it came by itself. It is actually here, but no one brought it here. Everything was due to a blind and coincidence. Everything was due to a blind coincidence, and that man is simply like an animal or a plant that will exist for a short period. This is the belief of the atheist. As far as he's concerned, everything is here due to a blind coincidence, just by coincidence. But other than that, it wouldn't have been here. Some believe we are just a product of evolution. Some even believe that we evolved from monkeys. But if that is to go by, why are monkeys still monkeys? If that evolution was to go by, we evolved from monkeys. How comes monkeys are still monkeys? And among the monkeys, why did they stop the process of evolution? Why can't they continue so that we realize this monkey is at stage number 3 to become human? So it's just common sense. Now, brothers and sisters, let's try to put the philosophers or these philosophies and the ideas to a test. Even putting religion aside, let us put this to a test using logic. Then we will see what we will come with. We can either come with a solution to agree or to disagree. But the fact of the matter is, if we use logic, everyone, even those who disbelieve, will realize that it doesn't make sense at all. Because the presence of dung is enough evidence that an animal passed here. The presence of footsteps is enough evidence that a person passed here. So the presence of the heavens and the earth and everything that they contain, the night alternating with the day, succeeding each other, ilahun ma'allah, is enough evidence that someone put them here, and that's none other than Allah Azza wa Jalla. Brothers and sisters, it is very strange that people plan systematic programs for the minute details of life, such as education, jobs, work, treatment, medication, sports, but when they view life as a whole, they consider it to be endless. I want to be educated, I want to work. Why do you want to work? Why do you want to school? If someone goes to school or is going to school, is trying to be educated, when you ask him, he will give you an answer. Where are you going? I'm going to the hospital. What for? He will give you an answer. What are you drinking? Medication. Why are you drinking paracetamol? You would hardly hear, I don't know. I don't know why I'm drinking paracetamol. Are you eating yet? Why are you eating? You hardly hear, I don't know. So any question that is put to the individual, regardless to his religious affiliation, he will always come with an answer. Yet those who believe think there is no purpose of life. Even though everything you are asking them accumulatively consists of life. What kind of absurd judgment identifies an objective for the construction of every building in the city? If you want to go to the job center, you know where to head to. If you want to go to the hospital, you know where to head to. If you want to go to the bank, you know where to head to. If you want to go home, you wouldn't go to the direction of work or to the bank. So every building in the city, in London here, every building has a purpose. If it has no purpose to serve, it will be destroyed. It will be brought down. So everything in the city has a purpose. Yet there are people who believe life has no purpose. Is it conceivable that an engineer construct a building which has room, passages, toilets, dinings, and everything, yet we conclude that life has no purpose? Though the one doing construction knows there is a purpose for everything. That is the plan. That's the doorway. That's the toilet. That's this, that's this, that's this. And everything has a purpose to serve. No wonder people don't go to the loo to have their lunch. People don't go to the dining table to go to bed or have a rest. When it's time to go to bed, an individual will not sit on the hallway and say, that's bed. People will tell him, go to bed, enter the room, because everything has a purpose. Yet there are people who believe that life is useless, no purpose. So that doesn't go with logic at all. To draw a similitude on a lower level, a painter man without any painting, does it make sense? What's your job role? I do painting. I'm a painter. I'm an artist. Where is your work? Well, I haven't got anything. And the best painter man is Allah. Sibagat Allah. Allah said the coloring of Allah. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ صِبَغَةً وَنَحْنُ لَهُ عَابِدُونَ. So Allah is the best at everything that He does. Everything that we can imagine and things we cannot imagine, things we can achieve and perceive, and things that we cannot perceive. Allah Azza wa Jalla has overall power and control to do anything that He likes at any time. So He created this life for a purpose, though there are people thinking there is no purpose of life. Suppose you find a watch in the middle of the desert, a watch, montor, which tells accurate time. If it's 2 o'clock, the watch would say it is 2 o'clock. Would you conclude that that watch in the middle of that desert just landed there by blind chance? A watch in the middle of the desert telling you the correct time? Do you think it just dropped there by chance? And there is something that tells better time than the watch. Accurate time. Consider the sunrise and the sunset. Their timing is so strictly regulated that even scientists can publish in advance the time the sun is going to rise and sunset in the newspaper. When you read the newspaper, it will tell you tomorrow the sun is going to rise at this point in time and it's going to set at this point in time. And you can have that. Even the weather forecasters would tell you based on what? The accuracy of time. Yet, people believe there is no purpose for that time. And that watch that tells you the time in the middle of the desert, no one can convince you that it just dropped by chance. But yet you as an atheist or a philosopher or whatever have you, you believe there is no purpose of life.
Again, we benefit from the sun only because it remains at a safe distance. We are benefiting from this sun, the sunlight, tilo, naturally. We are only benefiting from it because it is at a safe distance from the earth, which averages 93 million miles. It has to be 93 million miles away from us for us to be safe. If it gets much closer, the earth will burn up and and if it gets too far away, the earth will turn into an icy planet. So it has to be at a distance such that it will benefit us but not harm us. If the sun is too close, we will be destroyed. If it is too far, we will be destroyed. Now, who decides where it should be? How many miles away it should be away from us? Who decides that? Forget about deen. Use logic. Who is responsible for telling the sun, stay there? Because any closer you come, you would destroy creation. If you go any further, the earth might turn into an icy planet. Who told that sun that's how it goes? We benefit from the sun because it remains at a safe distance from the earth, which average 93 million miles. If it gets much closer, the earth will burn up. And if it gets too far, the earth will be turned into an icy planet. Now, who decided in advance that this was the right distance? Without the sun, remember, brothers and sisters, without the sun, plants would not grow. No one will eat any fruits and vegetables. Without the sun, plants will not grow. Who decided, like, without the sun, plants will not grow? Then animals and humans would starve to death eventually because there will be no food for consumption. The sun decides to be there for us. The sun is there due to kun fayakun, be and it becomes. And it's only the Lord Rabbul Alameen who decides that it's going to be here without any hard work. Because the creation of the 7 heavens and the earth and the entire universe, the 7 heavens and the earth and everything that exists, creating them 1 billion times is as easy as creating a single grass. The ease it takes Allah to create just a single grass or a single leaf, it takes him the same ease to create billions of universe without any hardship. Brothers and sisters, the rays of the sun would be dangerous had it not been for the protective ozone layers. Sometimes you stand there and say that the sun, the rays of the sun is actually touching your eyes. But it's still okay and you're enjoying the sun. Why? Because there is a protective ozone layer in our atmosphere which keeps the harmful ultraviolet rays from reaching us. There are ultraviolet rays that without the protective ozone layer would have come directly and destroyed us. Now, who decided that there should be an ultraviolet rays in our atmosphere so that we'll be protected? Who was in that place, that shield around us? Brothers and sisters, we need this sun's energy and light to see our way during the day and vice versa. Who regulated the process to provide what we need? Who regulated that? وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ لِبَاسًا وَجَعَلْنَا النَّهَارَ مَعَاشًا. Allah said, I have made the night as a covering for you. I've made the day bright so that you can seek your livelihood. Brothers and sisters, A'ilahun ma'allah. Is there any other Allah other than Allah Azza wa Jalla? So there is a purpose for everything. If daylight should have continued throughout, without night, Allah is challenging each and every one. He said, Sarmadan ila yawm al-qiyamah. Continuously, day, and the sun is out. Let's say you're 90 years. For the past 90 years, there has been daylight. Allah is saying, is there any other Allah who can bring the night? And he said, if I should let the night continue, Sarmadan ila yawm al-qiyamah, continuously until yawm al-qiyamah, would there be another God who would bring daylight? Who would bring daylight? Everyone is being challenged. If it's an accidental property, It just came here by chance. If that is the case, why is the day and night succeeding each other? Why are they alternating each other? Now, if at all it's by chance, how comes for it has never happened by chance that it continued continuously non-stop? Ilahun ma'allah. Allah gave other animals the guidance system best suited for the condition and the needs. أقول ما تسمعون واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الذي نصر الدين وهب المساكين وكفل اليتيم وهدى إلى صراط المستقيم. أما بعد عباد الله, another miracle to show how great Allah is, another miracle to show there is definitely a purpose of life, another miracle to show that there is life after death, another miracle to show that our purpose of creation is to please Allah Azza wa Jalla so as to earn success in this life and the life hereafter. Allah gave animals guidance system best suited for the condition that they are in. Example, brothers and sisters, you have migrating birds, the birds that migrate. A bird can migrate from France to Gambia or Africa. Migrating birds. A bird can migrate from America to Europe, from Europe to Asia, from Asia to wherever the bird wants to go. How does this happen? Migrating birds, brothers and sisters, they can navigate by how light is polarized as it passes through the clouds. They migrate by how light is polarized as it passes through the clouds. This is what the migrating birds use in order to migrate from continent to continent without any issue. Brothers and sisters, the whales in the sea, they migrated by reading the Earth's magnetic fields. The whales in the sea, they also migrate the same distance or more. But how do they migrate? How do they know where they are going? By reading the Earth's magnetic fields. The fish that we eat called salmon. The salmons, they return from the open ocean to the exact spot of their birth by smell, just by smell. The salmon will smell and return back to where that salmon was born, just through smell. That's how sensitive and strong their smell is. And who created this? Allah. How about the fish that we eat every day, brothers and sisters? They sense distance movement through pressure receptors that line their bodies. So if someone is moving towards them, they feel it. How? Through pressure receptors that is lining on their bodies. The bats that come at night, and the blind river dolphins, they see by sonar. And what sonar? Sonar is certain marine organism that allow them to see in muddy water or the darkness of the ocean. That's how they see. Now plants, the plants that we see, they sense sunlight and grow towards sunlight. They just send the sunlight and they grow towards it. Wherever they see sunlight, that's the direction that they're going, otherwise known as phototrophism. Their roots, the roots of the plants, they sense gravity and grow into the earth towards that gravity, otherwise known as geotrophism. In short, ibadallah, Allah Azza wa Jalla has gifted every element of His creation with guidance. Can we seriously believe that we would not give us guidance on the most important aspect of our existence, to give us the tools by virtue of which we will attain salvation? If you ask anyone about the purpose of eating, drinking, sleeping, walking, etc., they will answer with the appropriate answers. Why are you eating? Why are you doing this? Yet if you ask some, they would say there is no purpose of life. So going by logic, everyone can conclude that there is a purpose of life. And inshallah, in our subsequent khutbahs, we will dwell into detail about the purpose, why we are created, so that we can earn success in this life and the life hereafter. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا واشرف عنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك إنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من آديت تبارك ربنا وتعاليت نستغفرك من كل ذنب ونتوب إليك ونؤمن بك ونتوكل عليك ونثني عليك الخير كله يا من يجير ولا يجار عليه أجرنا من النار ومن خزي النار ومن كل عمل يقربنا إلى النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا جبار إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون وأقيموا الصلاة.